guys, so I wanted to come at you real quick today and shoot you a video. Deer season's getting really close, and I know there's a lot of new guys. There's probably a lot of new guys that are getting into saddle hunting this year and stuff. And I just wanted to give you guys kind of a rundown of how I set my tree up for saddle hunting and self-filming. You know, if you're not a self-filmer, if you're not planning on filming your hunts, a lot of this stuff you could kind of not worry about. But I'll show you guys exactly how I do it now. This is at hunting height. It's just easier for me to show you this way, but so you can just pretend I'm 4 sticks up or whatever, but I'll show you this. So this is how I set it up from the go. So this would be my top stick basically. If I had 4 sticks, this would be the top one. I got it set up pretty much level with my platform. Every one of my sticks I'm running those aiders on, that 1-step aider. I have my sticks up the one side of the tree, my platform to this side, so that I can step to my strong side to work around the tree. So I've got the step to my strong side. That's how I like to set it up. All this is my platform, how I set it up. So there's my knee pad. I've got an adjustable strap to adjust the height of the knee pad that runs off of my hip strap. My bow hangs to the left side of the tree for me. That's the hand that I hold the bow with. So it's just natural for it to be there. I've got my homemade bow hanger that I've been using since I started saddle hunting. I'll show you guys here in a second when I get up there. There's nothing fancy about all this, guys. It's just this is just how I set it up. So for self-filming, this is a homemade camera arm that I made several years ago, and I've went through several variations of this. I've just been tweaking it and working on it until I got it to where it's fairly usable. I mean, it's decent, it works. So all that is a flat piece of aluminum that I bent, put me a bolt through here, plastic spacers and all that jazz, and it's got the feet off of a pair of or the tree cleats off of a pair of Hawk Helium sticks. But there's just a little cheap video camera that I run on it sometimes, just to kind of show you guys what I got going on here. So anyways, where the backpack hangs, on the opposite side of the tree is my bow out of the way, and I try to keep it to where none of this mess here off the kidney belt on my backpack is on top of my platform. I don't want it in the way of my feet. Okay, now I'm going to jump up in the tree and tether in, and then show you guys the rest of my setup. Alright guys, so once I'm up in the tree, on my setup. Now this takes a minute to get set up. I've got a lot of extra crap that a lot of you people are not going to be dealing with unless you're self-filming. If you're self-filming, it's just a given. You know, it's going to take longer to get set up, longer to get back out of the tree when you're leaving, but that's just kind of the price you pay to self-film. So this is what it's looking like. So I got my tether in the tree, and this is with me standing on the platform with I like to set my tether as high as I can comfortably reach. I don't stretch it out way up here, you know, but it's overhead high. It's about as high as I can just comfortably stick my arms up and reach, and there's a reason for that. So I keep my bridge on my saddle adjusted out pretty much all the way. There's not a lot of slack left on my bridge on my Cruiser XC, and the reason I do that is because, for one, it's less hip pinch. I don't really have any hip pinch that way if I keep it adjusted far out like that. It's just less pinch on me. And then the higher up you can put this tether, the more space you have between here, this point here, and your body, the further you can comfortably walk around this tree. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'm trying to show you. The further you can walk around this tree to make different shots. So that's why I like to have, I don't like a short tether setup. Like a lot of people will run it, you know, just a little over waist high and just have a little bitty short, but you can't maneuver around the tree as well, in my opinion. It's just how I like to do it. I can maneuver around the tree a lot better in every direction, the more space I have between the top of that tether and my body. So that's how I set that up. Everything is based off of this hip strap right here, all my accessory stuff. So I've got a strap here with a carabiner on this end. It's adjustable, has a carabiner on this end that it hangs my knee pad. I love this thing. I've had it since I started saddle hunting years ago, and I haven't had to buy another one. It's just a little cheap $5, at the time it was $5 from Walmart. They're probably more expensive now, but That's just something I can put my knees against and just chill out if I don't want to stand. So like you can stand and be fine as long as you want, or you can just come into the tree, put your knees against the tree. Anyways, so I hang the tag end of my tether. I have a bungee cord on it, and I hang the tag end right here on this carabiner. On that same carabiner, it's open on one end. I also hang a little rope hang that I've got on my rope loop that I've got on my quiver. I hang my quiver right there too, so I can just reach right here and grab another arrow if I need it. This is my camera arm set up. Now I like it if I'm standing up about waist height. That's where I like the top of my camera arm. That's just how I like to set it up. It stays kind of out of the way that way, and I can still maneuver around and all that and do what I need to do, right? So that's my camera setup, my arm. If you swing around over here on this side, now this is a homemade mount that I made for my Insta360. You can buy similar mounts to this, I think, on Genesis 3D Print's website. I basically, I'm pretty sure that's who it was. I basically just copied their design and made my own. So in this selfie stick, there's a 1/4-20 thread that goes up in here, and I just put a 1/4-20 bolt in here so that I could show you. When I get set up in the tree of a morning, this mount stays attached to my hip strap at all times. It never comes off. I just keep it on my hip strap and in my saddle pouch, and that bolt stays just like that. So when I get up in the tree and get everything set up, I like to maneuver this mount to the same side of the tree as my bow and just in front of my bow. Not completely perfectly on the side, but just slightly forward left, because I feel like that gives me, once I set my camera up on it, that gives me a really good field of view off this Insta360. So if I see a deer coming, hear a deer coming, you literally hit one button, it's filming 360 degrees all the way around it. So you're getting your shot footage, you know, everything all around. Now there will be a blind spot directly, you know, beside the tree, but honestly, you would be surprised at how much of this over here it will still catch out to this. Like it's a very small blind window that you're not going to be able to see, but that's just how I like to run it, how I've been running it for 2 seasons now. It's worked really good for me, and I like it just so if I'm sitting here with my knees against the tree, I like to have that as high as I can, just reach up and just hit the button. So it's going. So it's not a whole lot of movement. I just reach up, I see something coming or hear something coming, tap the button, and it's going and filming. That's how I like to set that up. So if anybody's wondering or looking for ideas to run an Insta360, that's how I put mine on the tree. I don't have any of those clamps that clamp to branches, because a lot of times I'll be in a tree that won't have a branch, you know, right there where I need it to clip that to. So that's how I've been running mine, and it's worked out phenomenally. I've got my video quality, as far as the footage I've been able to get and the shots I've been able to get, has been a lot better since I started running that camera setup, that 360 setup on the tree like that. So that's just how I like to run that. So I don't think there's anything I haven't covered. So that's how I set my hip strap up. Like I said, I like to hang my backpack on the tag end, the tail end of this hip strap, so that it's hanging just down there off the side of the tree, out of the way, below my camera arm. So it's not in the way of anything, but if I needed to, I could still reach down and get stuff out of this top pouch or whatever I need to do. But it's not in the way of me shooting or maneuvering around the tree to make shots. So anyways, that's how I'm gonna run mine this season. This is the evolution of several seasons. I've been saddle hunting for a lot of seasons now, and this is kind of what I've evolved to from where I started. If you go back and watch some of my videos, you know, of how I set my tree up back when I very first started saddle hunting, the first couple of seasons. You can see what's worked and what hasn't for me, what I've kept and what I didn't. Not a whole lot's changed, really and truly. I've pretty well kept the same setup. I've just refined things a little bit, but it's just, this is how I like to set my tree up, how I like to run in the woods, and this is my setup for the whole season. It never changes. I don't hunt out of anything but the saddle. I have lock-ons, I have climbers and all that down in the garage, but I just prefer saddle hunting. It's just me. I like it. It's comfortable for me. It's not a super heavy. Even with all my camera gear and stuff, my whole setup in my backpack with all my camera gear and everything, still not super heavy. Like it's not, I mean, it's not super light. It's not like, because you're self-filming, it's not like a minimalist setup, you would say, but it's not real crazy heavy either. Like it's comfortable. It's a comfortable weight that I can carry without any issue. And I can still have room on that pack with all my crap, even with winter layers strapped to it. I've still got room. I can pack a deer out if I need to. So we did that several times last year. But anyways, I just wanted to give you guys a quick little video, not too long, show you how I'm setting my tree up for the fall. And it's been a very successful setup for me in the last couple of seasons, and I just really like it. I don't think you're going to find a much better way. I can't find a much better way to set up my tree than this. This has worked perfect for me. Anyways, thanks. We'll catch you guys in the next one.